The regular meeting of Bucyrus City Council for November the 6th, 2018 is called to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. We'd like to have a moment of silence. This past week, Wendell Oberschlag, who was a member of City Council, I believe back in the 90s sometime, passed away this past week. And also a moment of silence for Wanda Sherrick, who is a member of City Council. Her son lost his battle with cancer this past week and passed away. May they both rest in peace. Thank you. Roll call, please.
McKeever.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Wireball. Truca.
Here.
Sack.
Here.
Poe.
Here.
Shaw.
Here.
Before you have the minutes from the October the 16th, 2018 regular meeting. I need a motion to accept these minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Foad, second by Mr. Truca to accept the minutes for the October 16th, 2018 regular meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. We grant permission now for any visitors to speak. Anyone who would like to address council can step up to the podium and address council this evening. We have no one. Moving on to communications and petitions.
We have two, not the same that you see in your packet here. The first letter is from the Bucyrus Public Library regarding a term that is expiring on their Board of Trustees. I spoke to Brenda Kleiner today. This is a long name. Sandy Shields is good until the end of 2019. She is going to send another letter with the proper name, so you can disregard that letter. The second letter is from Margaret A. Kindinger, 725 Melody Lane in Bucyrus. It's addressed to Bucyrus City Council. This request is submitted for consideration of the closing of an alleyway. The alleyway is 12 foot by 141 foot, located between lot 411 and lot 415 on South Spring Street in Bucyrus. The alleyway extends from Spring Street on the east and intersects a different alley on the west side. There is an attached map that'll be in the packet on Thursday. Lot 411, 505 South Spring Street has been owned by the Kindingers since February 1992. Lot 415, 515 South Spring Street has been owned by Margaret Kindinger since February 2015. The dilapidated structure on lot 415 was torn down and restored to a lawn in 2015. The alleyway has no other abutting properties. Removing the alleyway would allow the properties on either side to become one grassy area. Thank you for your consideration, Margaret A. Kindinger, and that needs to be referred to the planning committee.
I need a motion then to refer this to the planning committee.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Foad, second by Mr. Truca. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Thank you.
The second letter we got just today from the zoning administrator. This is addressed to City Council regarding a proposed addition of veterinary offices as a permitted use in the general business district. In researching the proposed zoning changes for East Mansfield Street, I came across an inconsistency I felt needed addressed. Veterinary offices are explicitly listed as a conditional use in the neighborhood business NB district per Bucyrus Codified Ordinance BCO 1171.03A. However, there is no explicit use for veterinary offices in the general business GB district per BCO 1155.02B1. Only a use designated as permitted shall be allowed as a matter of right in any zoning district, and any use not so designated shall be prohibited. As we currently have several veterinary offices in the GB, and I feel the use is in line with the purpose of the district, I suggest the addition of veterinary offices, not including outside boarding of animals, to BCO 1173.02C as a permitted use in the GB. The proposed change was reviewed, approved, and referred to council by the Planning Commission meeting on October 15, 2018. Sincerely, Lyndon Hill, zoning administrator. This was referred to the Planning Committee 3 weeks ago and was not taken up in committee. It is in committee, and we can have this on the agenda for Thursday.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything like this evening. Okay, so you'll be aware of that. That'll be on the agenda for Thursday evening. Standing committee reports. Mr. McKeever, would you like to get us started, please?
Sure will. Bucyrus City Council joint regular committee meeting met Thursday, October 18, 2018, from 6 o'clock to 7:01 p.m. Members present, myself, Kevin Myers, Dan Wireball, Bruce Truca, Monica Sack, Doug Bowden, Andrew Schott. Bucyrus City joint regular committee meeting was called to order by McKeever at 6 p.m. Public participation was none. And order of committee business. A, plating committee. Plating committee started at 6:01 to 6:25 p.m. Members present, Monica Sack, Bruce Truca, Kevin Myers, and myself, chair. Number 1, zoning proposal for East Mansfield Street. Council received a letter from the City Planning Commission asking the committee to consider proposing zoning changes along East Mansfield Street, east of Whetstone Street. The proposal would change the parcels along East Mansfield from Whetstone to the alley west of Wayne Avenue, from neighborhood business to general business. Change the parcels from the alley west of Wayne to the west side lot of parcel 4300134-03000 from urban neighborhood residential to general business, and change 1695 East Mansfield Street, parcel 43013495000 from general business to limited industrial commercial. Zoning Administrator Landon Hill explained that a new business in Whetstone Plaza is not in compliance with the neighborhood business zoning there. That the former McFarland's trailer park site is not zoned for business use, and that parties are interested in utilizing the former wire assembly site for purposes not allowed under general business zoning. Statistics on police activity pertaining to the new business in Whetstone Plaza were requested. The next step in the timeline for the rezoning proposals would be the scheduling of a public hearing in no fewer than 30 days. Number 2, zoning on South Sandusky Avenue. A proposal was discussed to change the zoning on the west side of Walnut Street to the alley and the east side of Poplar Street to the alley, from south of Charles Street to Oakwood Avenue, from urban neighborhood residential / suburban residential to neighborhood business. Residents in those blocks would be grandfathered in the event of a zoning change. SAC made a motion to schedule a public hearing on both the zoning proposal and the zoning proposals of East Mansfield, with a second by Myers. Motion passed by voice vote. The hearing was scheduled for Tuesday, November 27th at 7 p.m. It was later determined that the South Sandusky proposal must first be referred to City Planning Commission for consideration, so the public hearing on November 27th will only take up the East Mansfield proposals. Number 3, McKeever recessed the planning committee at 6:25 p.m.
Questions or comments regarding the minutes of that meeting? We evidently do need then a referral to the City Planning Commission for this consideration.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Myers, second by Mr. McKeever, to refer the South Sandusky proposal for changes to the Planning Commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Thank you. Moving on to, who's second for Mr. Wireball? Is that you, Mr. Truca?
Yes.
Thank
Bucyrus City Council Joint Regular Committee meeting met Thursday, October 18th, 2018 at 6:25 p.m. Members present were Bruce Truca, Doug Fote, Mark McKeever, Dan Wireball, Chairman. Number 1, property transfers to County Land Bank. Law Director Rob Ratliff explained that the County Land Bank wishes to transfer its property at 112 Wiley Street, parcel number 080016177000 to the city. The city owns the property adjacent to it. McKeever made a motion to request legislation to accept the property transfer from the land bank with a second by vote. Motion passed by voice vote. Number 2, the city compost site. Truca noted the service director's report distributed at the regular council meeting on Tuesday mentioned that the compost site is open until 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Service safety director Jeff Wagner said the report was in the air and the site is open until 1 p.m. on Saturdays. It is open until 2 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. Truca recessed the Public Lands and Buildings Committee at 6:25 p.m.
I'm thinking here, the, Dan Wireball is the chairman,
Yeah,
correct?
that's a typo, he's,
Okay,
yeah.
so this should be Mr. Wireball recessed, but not you. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need a motion that we can amend this where it says, Truca recessed the Public Lands and Buildings at 6:25, it should be Mr. Wireball again.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Fote, second by Mr. Schock. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Okay, it's as amended then. Moving on, economic development, Mr. Fote.
Bucyrus City Joint Regular Committee met Thursday, October 18, 2018. I called Economic Development to order at 6:30 p.m. Members present were Monica Sack, Dan Wireball, Mark McKeever, and myself, Chair. Number 1, we have the proposed housing study. The Crawford County Partnership for Education and Economic Development has proposed a study to be conducted by Danter and Associates, which would look into the housing needs faced by the cities of Gallion and Bucyrus. Specifically, what types of housing need to be built here to attract business. The cost of the study would be $40,000, with the partnership committed to covering half of that cost. Gallion has agreed to contribute $5,000. Details were requested on when the last housing study was done here, what it cost, and what benefits were. It was also asked whether Crestline or any other villages in the county are interested in participating. The matter was continued. 2, vote recess the Economic Development Committee at 6:39 p.m.
Any questions or comments regarding this report? None. Thank you. Moving on, Health and Safety Committee, Mr. Myers.
Health and Safety is called to order at 6:39 p.m. Members present, Mark McKeever, Bruce Truca, Andrew Schock, and Kevin Myers, Chair. Item 1, the traffic control map change. Council received a letter from the City Traffic Commission asking council to amend the traffic control map to prohibit parking on the north and south sides of East Southern Avenue from Marion Road east to the city limits. The committee indicated a willingness to consider an amended request that allows parking on both sides of East Southern Avenue between Highland Avenue and Whetstone Street. McKeever made a motion to refer the matter back to the Traffic Commission to consider that change with a second by Schock. Motion passed by voice vote. Item 2, the ambulance service. Myers, who serves as the city's representative on the Central Joint Ambulance District, presented an update on the new ambulance company, Portsmouth Emergency Ambulance Service Incorporated, that will begin operations in the city and much of the county at midnight on November 1. An open house is planned for next month. Number 3, Myers recessed the Health and Safety Committee at 6:47 p.m.
Questions or comments regarding?
I do have one. In here on item number 1 on the traffic control map, where it says that the committee indicated a willingness to consider an amended request that allows parking on both sides, that is not correct. We only wanted to leave the parking on the north side that is currently there. There is currently no parking on the south side, and we do not wish to add any parking, simply to leave what is there. That's correct.
Okay, so then we can, to allow parking on the north side of East Southern Avenue, okay?
Yes, which is what is currently there, yes. And I, as a side note to that, Mr. Hill, I did go to the traffic commission, so they were aware of that. I corrected that verbally to them, so you don't need to reissue anything.
Okay, I need a motion to make that change to these minutes then.
So moved.
Motion by McKeever, second by Mr. Fote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passed, so as amended. Okay, Finance, Ms. Sack.
Finance Committee met Thursday, October 18th at 6:47 PM. Members present, Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, Tim Wireball, and myself, Chair. Number 1, residential CRA contract. In August, council passed legislation appropriating $7,000 to fund Pocahontas Design Group's updating of the city community reinvestment area to incorporate residential properties, but legislation is also required authorizing the administration to enter into contract with the company for the update. Myers made a motion to request such legislation with a second by Wireball. Motion passed by voice vote. Number 2, changes to the billet. Service Safety Director Jeff Wagner explained the administration wants to change the billet to add the position of foreman in waterworks filtration in the waterworks plant in anticipation of a retirement next year. The positions of superintendent class 3 would be retained in both departments but remain vacant. Also, the job description of lab technician would be added to chief operator class 3 in each department. Various changes would both save the city about $30,000 and allow the city to adhere to an EPA mandate. Schock made a motion to request legislation making these changes to the billet with a second by Wireball. Motion passed by voice vote. Number 3, various appropriations. Auditor Joy Schiffer reported that the following appropriations need to be made. A, from unappropriated general funds, $127,500 to Program 1, Security of Persons and Property, 7110, 7111, Police Department, 21, Personal Services to cover salary and benefits for the rest of the year. This appropriation would be partially offset by $60,000 coming from Bucyrus City Schools. B, from unappropriated waterworks funds, $12,000 to 7522, Waterworks Filtration, 23, contractual services to cover electric bills at the water filtration plant for the rest of the year. Myers made a motion to request legislation making the various appropriations with a second by Schock. Motion passed by voice vote. 4, various transfers. Schiffer reported that the following transfers need to be made to cover personal services in the sewers and drains department. A, decreasing the current balance in 720 sewage disposal, 7530 sewage disposal administration, 23 contractual services by $1,400. B, decreasing the current balance in 720 sewage disposal, 7530 sewage disposal administration, 28 other uses by $4,600. C, decreasing the current balance in 720 sewage disposal, 7530 sewage disposal operations and maintenance, 21 personal services by $20,000. D, increasing the current balance in 720 sewage disposal, 7540 sewers and drains, 21 personal services by $26,000. Myers made a motion to request legislation making the various transfers with a second by Schock. Motion passed by voice vote. 3, staff recess, the Finance Committee at 7:00 PM.
Any questions or comments regarding the finance minutes this evening?
Yes, I have a correction, and it was my fault when I wrote this up. On the transfers in sewage disposal, in item B, it would be decreasing the current balance in 720 sewage disposal, should be 7535 sewage disposal management. And then the rest of it is correct. Yeah. The rest of that is correct, and the legislation has been corrected to reflect that 7535.
Okay. So I need a motion then to amend the minutes of the Finance Committee.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Schock, second by Mr. Myers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed, so as amended. Would you like to finish this out for us, Ms. Sack, please?
Number 4, public participation, there was none. 5, Zach asked for a motion to adjourn the joint regular committees. Motion by Foat, and second by McKeever to adjourn at 7:01 PM. Motion passed.
Thank you. Traffic Commission. Do we have minutes?
We do.
Anyone read those?
Yeah, these are the minutes from the Traffic Commission meeting of Thursday, September 27, 2018 at 10 a.m. Present were Mayor Jeff Reeser, Service Safety Director Jeff Wagner, Fire Chief Jay Keller, Police Chief Dave Kempke was not present. Jay Keller made a motion, second by Jeff Wagner, to approve the minutes from the June 12, 2018 Traffic Commission meeting. Motion passed. Number 1, FC Bank. Becca Horde from FC Bank would like the city to review the additional parking in the alley beside the courthouse and FC Bank. Board presented a letter from Commissioner Blackford to Mayor Ackerman dated February 5, 2001. The letter states that FC Bank is proposing a dedicated 10 feet of their property to allow for a two-way alley between the two buildings. Board believes the original 4 parking spaces are hindering two-way traffic. Keller made a motion, second by Wagner, to do a 90-day trial to remove the original 4 parking spaces. Motion passed. The trial will begin October 8, 2018. The original 20-day trial to put these 4 parking spaces in place was on July 6, 2016. That trial ended on October 6, 2016. Chief Keller has suggested asking FC Bank if they would allow 4 parking spaces at the north end of the parking lot for law enforcement Monday through Friday. Could be an option. Mayor Jeff Reeser will reach out to FC Bank. Number 2, East Southern Avenue parking. A motion to recommend no parking on both sides of East Southern Avenue was made by Wagner and second by Keller. Motion passed. A letter will be sent to the Health and Safety Committee. Number 3, old business. Lucas Walnut 4-way stop. The 90-day trial ended June 19, 2018. There have been no issues. Wagner made a motion, second by Keller, to leave the 4-way stop in place. Motion passed. After further review of the traffic control map, the stop signs were never removed. The original legislation putting them at Lucas and Walnut was on June 17, 1964, with number 2778, and that is attached, at least on this copy. ODOT traffic study. Mark Baker, County Engineer, is doing a study of West Mansfield Street and Southern Avenue, but has not gotten back to us. Item table. Various intersections visibility. Lucas, Liberty, and Center Streets at Poplar and Spring will have the no parking measurements completed to help with visibility of motorists. Jeff Dunn has completed all measurements and painting. Failer at Wheeler, 3-way stop signs are needed at the intersection of Failer and Wheeler. This item was tabled at the June 12 meeting. No issues were reported throughout the summer. Dunn reported that this is finished. Courthouse crosswalks. Courthouse employees are requesting better signage and or markings on Walnut and Mansfield Streets to have traffic yield for pedestrians. This item was tabled at the June 12 meeting. The state had included this in their project. Mayor Reeser will look into possible grants for crosswalk markers. That item was tabled. Flashing lights on the square. Dave Jury believes the flashing lights at the square at night are difficult for semi-trucks, and the timing during the day does not allow for semi-trucks to get through easily. This item was tabled at the June 12 meeting. No issues were reported throughout the summer. Street and alley vacations. The law director would like to discuss street and alley vacations off of Lane Street for the soccer fields, Waterstone, and Clinton. The law director has included this vacation in with another city request. Plants Way. Chief Keller has presented a letter from Lieutenant McNutt in regards to additional parking on Plants Way for emergency vehicles. This item was tabled at the June 12 meeting. No issues were reported throughout the summer. The commission discussed that this issue will resolve itself once Avita completes their expansion. 4, new business. There was no new business. 5, Keller made a motion, second by Wagner, to adjourn at 10:57 a.m. and motion passed.
Okay. I need a motion then to accept the committee minutes and related committee reports collectively.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers, second by Mr. Vogt. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Moving on, report of city officers. Would you read the mayor's report, please?
Mayor's report dated today. Thank you, Madam President. Fall has arrived quickly, and from the forecast, it looks like winter is just around the corner. Jeff Dunn and the entire streets department are working on leaf pickup, and he assures me that the snowplows are ready to go at the first sign of the white stuff. The Plymouth Street project is nearing completion. I'll be glad to be able to drive straight home instead of taking the Irving Street option. The crews have been finishing the final sidewalks this week, and there are just a few items that will be completed soon. The tree board will be looking into ways to plant trees in the fall of 2019, and this will complete the project. Spooktacular was a big success and has turned into one of our special events. Thanks to all who had a hand in this worthwhile event. Too many to mention here, but this was truly a collaboration of many people, many unselfish people. Service Safety Director Wagner, Law Director Ratliff, and I met with representatives from Norfolk Southern Railroad about issues with the overpasses on East Mansfield Street. We would like to have all the overpasses cleaned up and painted in time for the bicentennial celebration. Speaking of Mr. Ratliff, the last movie of our inaugural Shines Art Park movie series was shown last Saturday. The series was a smashing success, and we owe Mr. Ratliff and family and our movie sponsors our appreciation. Thanks, Rob. We have received 5 estimates for removing dead trees at Harmon Park and Almola Park, and will be awarding the contract soon. Overlanders had the low bid for the removal of the maple tree across from City Hall that was hit by a truck. Planting of the London plane trees on South Sandusky will resume soon. We still have about 10 trees to plant to complete the corridor down to Oakwood. Thank you, Madam President.
Any questions that you would like to relate to the mayor at this time? Nothing? Okay, moving on to the Service Safety Director's report.
That is also dated today. There are 9 items on here. Number 1, referrals. I need to refer the ambulance building for repair to Public Lands and Buildings and the Finance Committee. That is actually in both committees already.
Okay,
Number 2, gas aggregation. The city's gas aggregation is with Constellation. You will see the new rate of .0436 on your December billing on your January statement. Compost site, number 3. The compost site will remain open through Saturday, December 1st. Mondays and Wednesdays 8 to 2, and Saturdays 8 to 1. The compost site will reopen on Wednesday, December 26th from 8 to 2, Friday, December 28th from 8 to 2, Saturday, December 29th from 8 to 1, Wednesday, January 2 from 8 to 2, Friday, January 4 from 8 to 2, and Saturday, January 5 from 8 to 1. Number 4, leaf pickup. The city crews will be picking up leaves. Please put your leaves in the tree lawn and not in the street. Number 5, Plymouth Street, weather permitting, the paving should be complete on Plymouth Street this week. Number 6, AEP rebate. We received a rebate check from AEP for the traffic lights for $5,184. Number 7, city properties bid opening, Friday, November 9, 2018 at 10:00.
Anyone would like to address council this evening? No one? For consideration of proposed legislation for the first time.
We have 5 pieces of legislation, 3 ordinances and 2 resolutions. Ordinance number 47, 2018, repealing and replacing ordinance number 25, 2018, the table of human resource staffing organization for the city of Bucyrus, Ohio, retroactive to January 1, 2018, and declaring an emergency. That is going back to finance. Ordinance number 48, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018, by appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $127,500 to the personal services line item within the police department's category within the Program 1 Security of Persons and Property subparagraph. And finally, appropriating from unappropriated waterworks funds the sum of $12,000 to the contractual services line item within the waterworks filtration category within the waterworks subparagraph and declaring an emergency. That's referred back to finance. Ordinance number 49, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018, by decreasing the current balance in the contractual services line item by $1,400 and $4,600 in the other uses line item, both being within the sewage disposal administration category, and also decreasing the current balance in the personal services line item by $20,000 within the sewage disposal operations and maintenance category, and increasing the current balance in the personal services line item by $26,000 within the sewers and drains category within the sewage disposal subparagraph within the sewage disposal fund, and declaring an emergency. That's referred back to finance. Resolution number 241, 2018, authorizing and directing the Service Safety Director on behalf of the City of Bucyrus, Ohio, to enter into a contract with Pokemeyer Design Group, 1168 North Main Street, Bowling Green, Ohio, to provide professional planning services to establish an updated citywide community reinvestment area at a cost not to exceed $7,000, and authorizing the auditor to draw all necessary warrants for payment thereof, and declaring an emergency. That refers back to finance. And finally, resolution number 242, 2018, be it resolved that the council of the city of Bucyrus hereby authorizes and directs the mayor of the city of Bucyrus to accept the transfer of certain real property owned by the Crawford County Land Reutilization Corporation and described as address 112 Wiley Street in lot 0800-161-77000 by quitclaim deed from the Crawford County Land Reutilization Corporation, and declaring an emergency. That is referred back to Public Lands and Buildings.
Okay, thank you. I need to, a motion to accept this as the first reading.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Fogt to accept this as the first reading. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. We refer ordinance number 47-2018 to Finance Committee, ordinance 48-2018 to Finance Committee, ordinance 49-2018 to Finance Committee, resolution 241-2018 to Finance Committee, and resolution 242-2018 to Public Lands and Buildings. This is the time where we have public participation. Any member of the general public may present their input or comments on legislation that has been read for the first time. Does anyone care to address council this evening? No one does. Do we need a short recess this evening? No? Okay. Committee reports on pending legislation. Finance Committee.
Finance Committee is favorable to ordinance 47-2018, the changes to the village. Finance is favorable to ordinance 48-2018, various appropriations. Finance is favorable to ordinance 49-2018, the various transfers. Finance is favorable to resolution 241-2018, Pokemeyer Design Group contract.
Public Lands and Buildings.
Public Lands and Buildings is favorable to resolution 242-2018, and that's property transfer.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to accept these reports.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fogt, second by Mr. Myers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passes. For further consideration of pending legislation, for the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 47-2018, which are changes to the billet, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declared an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Ordinance number 47, 2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 47-2018?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 47-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance number 48-2018, which are various appropriations, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved. Second.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Ordinance number 48, 2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 48-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Sack.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Ordinance number 48-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 49-2018, which are various transfers, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 49, 2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 49-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Ordinance number 49-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading, is a proposed resolution 241-2018, which is the Pogemeyer Design Group contract for CRA residential. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Resolution number 241, 2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed resolution 241-2018?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Resolution number 241-2018 is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed resolution 242-2018, which is that property transfer on Wiley Street, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Trucca.
Yes.
Resolution number 242, 2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed resolution 242-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Trucca.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball. Sack.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Resolution number 242-2018 is duly adopted. Thank you. Moving on, unfinished business, you have your updated open project lists are in your packets this evening for you to review. Any of those items you want to bring to the floor of your committee, let us know, we'll get it on the agenda. Does anyone else have any unfinished business this evening?
I just wanted to make sure at our next committee meeting, we're discussing that housing study.
Yep. Anything else? Okay, new and miscellaneous business. Referrals. Bed tax, gov deals, and salaries.
The bed tax is the thing we do with the Tourism Bureau every year. That is referred to finance typically. The gov deals is a contract that we renew every year with the administration. That is referred to finance. And then the salaries, this refers to the, we do this every 2 years. These are the salaries for council members, council president, the mayor, the auditor, and the law director. So those have to be done in the election cycle. That also was in finance.
Okay, so I have 3 items to refer to Finance Committee: the bed tax, the gov deals, and the elected official salaries. So I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Foat, second by Mr. McKeever. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Wednesday, November the 7th, is Kroger's grand reopening at 10 a.m. Boy, it seems like that's been going on for a while, doesn't it?
That's because it has been.
It what?
That's because it has been.
It has been. The boys, I'm gonna be able to find the bread now.
Yeah, it's the one thing I can't find anymore.
They've moved it 2 or 3 times, yes, but, you know, always it takes a little bit of inconvenience before you get everything there, and, the new store is really looking great. Thursday, November 8th, Board of Zoning Appeals meeting at 4 p.m. in council chambers. On Monday, November the 12th, city offices will be closed for Veterans Day. Thursday, November the 15th is Wendy's grand reopening. Now, that one was a quick one.
Mhm.
I haven't been by that. I've been out of town for a bit here, and I'm gonna go drive by tonight and see how far along they are.
What's wild is how it's smaller, but it's gonna seat, it seems like more people on the inside than it did previous.
Great.
So, science.
A reminder that on November the 13th, we also have a special finance committee meeting. That's the budget, on November the 13th at 1 p.m. Friday, November the 16th is the Santa Parade from 6 to 8 p.m. in downtown Bucyrus. Thursday through Friday, November the 22nd to 23rd, city offices will be closed for Thanksgiving. Tuesday, November the 27th is a public hearing on East Mansfield Street zoning proposals at 7 p.m. in council chambers. And Thursday, November the 29th is the Rumpke public meeting on county landfill at 6 p.m. in council chambers. Anyone with anything else they'd like to bring up this evening? Mr. McKeever?
Yes, has Landon or Todd received any notification on any returns on that public hearing? Anybody responding?
I have not gotten any mail back at all. I sent out 52 letters. Landon did have one gentleman come in and he spoke to him about it, and as far as I'm aware, that's all we've had so far.
Okay. Just curious.
Okay, anything else? Okay, we need to excuse Councilmember Mr. Wireball is working the polls today, so we need to excuse him from meeting tonight.
So, second.
Who first did that?
Andy.
Okay, motion by Mr. Schock, second by Mr. Foat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. The joint regular committee meetings, all referrals from this council meeting and any open project list items may be discussed during the committee meetings. Those referrals tonight are,
We have 10 new referrals. We have the alley vacation mentioned before in the communications. That is in plating. We have the bed tax agreement with the Tourism Bureau. That's in finance from council. Both of these are from council. Also from council, the gov deals contract renewal. That's in finance. Also from council, the elected officials' salaries. That's in finance. From the law director to service, that's the FAA grant amendment or the resolution, ordinance I believe it is. From the auditor to finance, we have the software upgrade. From the law director to finance, we have the grant application by the fire department. From the auditor to finance, we have an appropriation, I believe 4 reductions and a transfer. Those are the new referrals already in committee, and on the agenda for Thursday, we have the vet offices, zoning amendment, we have the letter, that is in planning. The housing study and economic development, the partnership as proposed. In public lands and buildings, we have a presentation on the Pines Reservoir schedule. In service, we have water expansion. This is regarding north of town on Route 4. And in public lands and finance, we have repairs to the ambulance building. And that's it so far.
okay, thank you very much. All those items will be brought up Thursday evening, starting at 6 p.m. here in council chambers.
So I want to verify it says 7 on here.
It says
Make sure
7.
with the time.
You can't talk. It's 6 o'clock Thursday evening.
Thought so. Just wanted to make sure.
Time change really screwed me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, just threw him off a whole hour. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
So
then.
moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Foat to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. We are adjourned at 7:50 PM.